Good morning and welcome to Ark and Dove Presbyterian Church in Odenton, Maryland. I'm Brian Boudreaux, the Clerk of Session here at Ark and Dove, and your host in the lobby, the weekly program of the life and ministry of the church. So this week is the 14th Sunday after Pentecost, and today we will be talking to Jen Roman about the Logos program. But first, let's take a look at all the great things going on at Ark and Dove. Now, in-person sanctuary continues as it has all summer at 10:30 a.m. Masks are required in the sanctuary to ensure everybody's safety. Be sure to RSVP online to attend because seating is limited. Now, our next outdoor service is next week on the 5th of September, and then we'll have one on the 19th of September. Service there starts at 9:15 a.m. So please check the homepage of the Ark and Dove website for cancellation due to inclement weather. Sunday school and godly play classes are starting. Ark and Dove's regular Sunday school classes will start on September 19th, and all classes will be held outside and masks will be required. Christian Ed is still in great need of leaders to help teach these classes. So these classes will be held during the in-person live stream worship service at 10:30. Amy Tardif, our godly play leader, will be conducting an online training on September 2nd from 7 to 8:30. September 2nd is this week. And that's for all interested leaders. A follow-up in-person training will be held after the service on September 5th, that's next week, from 11:30 to 12:15 to help all leaders become familiar with how and where items are kept. So please contact Sarah Fox if you're interested. For adults, there's a new opportunity in September called Introduction to Prayer. So through a series of 3 sessions in September, we're going to discuss prayer. And this is for people who pray a lot or a little. So you may attend all 3 or just one of the sessions that interest you. And each session answers a common question about prayer. So the first one is September 12th at 9:15 a.m. in person. Does prayer do anything? And what do I do when I pray? And then the second session is on the 23rd at 7:30 p.m. via Zoom. How do I find some stillness and silence in my life? And finally, on September 26th at 9:15 a.m. in person, we will answer the question to how do I teach my children and youth to pray? So if you're interested, please contact Christian Ed to sign up. Now, in the Faith Seeking Understanding book series beginning this September, the Adult Education, Gleam, and anti-racism teams will recommend one book a month that they believe is worth reading. You will find the book title and date of discussion in the archive under Faith Seeking Understanding. And for additional information and Zoom links, you can contact the Christian Ed Elder. So September's book is The Gravity of Joy, a story of being lost and found by Angela Williams Gurrell. The discussion will be held on September 30th at 7:30 p.m. via Zoom, and that will be led by Oxa Callahan. The Friendly Seniors will have a meeting on Thursday, September 16th at 3 p.m. In person. And then after that, future afternoon teas will be Zoom meetings on the second Tuesday of every month at 3 p.m. So Joan tells us if we go into more isolation, the group may meet more often via Zoom. So let her know if you would like to meet more frequently. Now here's an important one. Are you new to Ark and Dove and interested in joining as a member? Have you been joining worship in person or online? And would you like to know more about the ministry and community of Ark and Dove? So if you're interested in joining the church, join us for a new members inquirers orientation and discussion on the morning of September 18th for all those inquiring into membership at Ark and Dove. So to RSVP and get more information, please contact outreach@arkanddove.org. Ark and Dove is putting together a group to participate in the Annapolis Run for the Lighthouse on Sunday, September 19th. There are options for a 1.25-mile walk, a 5K run, or a half marathon run. If you sign up, let Nicole Helm know, and she'll set up a meeting place for all Ark and Dove attendees. And here are some great activities from the mission ministry, including a new one. So Haiti was hit by a 7.2 magnitude earthquake, and tens of thousands of Haitians in the affected areas are now homeless. And on top of political turmoil and the COVID-19 infections and mudslides and landslides, Haiti needs our help. So please share your financial blessing to support the disaster survivors in Haiti. You can contact mission@arkanddove.org to get more information. You can support Habitat for Humanity through the special offering in July and August. You can simply text a dollar amount followed by Habitat to 410 983-3481. And finally, the Anne Arundel Literacy Council is collecting gently used books for a book fair. It is holding in October. So a collection box is here in the lobby right next to me. And you can also contact Wendy Wellington if you can't make it to the church, and she will make arrangements to pick up those books for you. And we have our regular activities. The weekly Bible lectionary is every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Contact Pastor John for a Zoom invitation. Sunday fellowship is right after the service at 11:45. You can email fellowship@arkandove.org anytime during the service to get your Zoom invitation. The crafting group meets on the first Wednesday and third Monday evening of each month at 7 p.m. via Zoom. Amy Tardif has a Zoom invitation for you. And finally, Saturday game night with the deacons. You can get a Zoom invitation from Ellen and Greg Makar. Now, Logos is just around the corner. Logos is Ark and Dove's midweek intergenerational program for pre-K and elementary age children. And this week, I am talking to the leader of Logos, Jen Roman. Welcome, Jen. It's so great to have you here on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so can you tell us just a little bit about what Logos is? And then we'll start talking about what it looks like this year. So what is Logos?
So like you said, it is our midweek children's program. Traditionally, it's held on Tuesday nights. In the past, it's like 2 hours long, and it's split up into 4 different parts. It's going to be a little different this year, but I'll get into that. The focus of Logos, the purpose of it is growing relationships. So growing relationships with God, and then also growing relationships with each other. So there's a big focus on that intergenerational component of it. For example, I went to a Logos training today, and one of the people there was talking about how faith is more caught than taught. So it's being around other people with faith. But yeah, he was saying how he doesn't remember the specific lessons he learned when he was at Logos, but he remembers feeling loved in the church. So just building those relationships with each other.
So that's what we're doing with the weeknight program, is building love and relationships with our community.
Yeah.
Last year was a very challenging year in putting together Logos, but you guys successfully put together a program that had a great attendance, and you did the best that you could, but in a very unusual circumstance. But now you have another program that looks even different. Can you describe what that program looks like this year?
Earlier in the summer, I met with Pastor John and the Christian Ed elder Sarah Fox, and with Julie Devers, who's going to be the co-director of Logos with me this year. And we were talking about the pandemic, because with the variant now, it complicates things. So one of the traditional parts of Logos is a family style meal, where you have your table family. So it's table parents. So it's usually somebody outside of your nuclear family. So you would be with kids that aren't your own kids. And so you share a meal together, you sit down, you pass food between each other, and everybody takes their share, and it's big on sharing and leaving enough for everyone. That serving each other component, which is tricky with the pandemic. So we decided that we were going to hold off on doing that family style meal until the kids have a chance to be vaccinated. Instead, we're going to offer a snack at the beginning of Logos, and Logos is going to be an hour long this year. So from 6 to 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights. Just since we're not offering a meal, we still want parents to have a chance to figure out their dinner before or after. Like you said, it's going to be just pre-K through elementary school age. Middle school and high school will have their own youth groups that'll be meeting at a different time. Pastor John's still figuring that out. We will offer nursery for volunteers who have babies and toddlers that need to have their kids watched during Logos.
I think a lot of people are asking themselves, so what kind of COVID mitigation plans do you have? You've got a lot of kids together. So what does that look like? How can I be sure that my child is safe?
So we're definitely going to maximize outdoor time as much as possible. So, during the fall, we'll have our lessons and games outside. Once it gets colder, we'll probably move some of the lessons inside. When we're inside, everybody's going to have to wear masks, whether you're vaccinated or not. And then we're going to have the kids separated into age groups. So there'll be 3 different age groups, and trying to keep them together.
Okay, so it's a 1 hour program on Tuesday night, so it's real simple to be a part of that. What does that 1 hour look like? What activities can my children expect to experience?
Yeah, so like I said, when we get there, we're going to offer a snack just so they're not hangry, after school. And then we're going to have a lesson. So it's going to alternate. So on week A, we're going to have Bible time. So Bible time is a traditional part of Logos, and that is the study of the Bible as a model for Christ-centered living. So Logos is actually comes from the Greek word, Greek for the word. So like the study of the word. John is actually leading that again this year. So he'll be writing curriculum for that. And so we are looking for adult volunteers who can help teach that to the different age groups. So then on the alternating weeks, week B will be worship arts, where we encourage families to regularly attend worship. And then we also prepare kids to lead worship. So that can be with singing, or that can be with call to worship, saying that, and it can be with like different crafts and stuff, saying the call to worship. So when I went to the training today, I was reflecting on the past year during the pandemic and just how creative we were, and especially with worship arts. So like last year we had craft packets that we sent home every month, and kids learned about different ways to worship at home. And then we had ways to draw in the rest of the church. So like we did the Advent wreath, I'm sure you remember, for Christmas. And
Right,
so
I have one at home still.
yeah, so we distributed that to all the households. And that actually, we participated more in worship that month than we did the rest of the year. Me and my kids that just loved lighting the candles and attending online worship. So that was really cool. So yeah, this year things will be different. We'll be in person. We are still figuring that out. Trisha Gray is going to be our worship arts coordinator again. So we're really lucky that the people who led last year are going to continue to lead this year. And then every week, so the first half will be a lesson, like 25 minutes. And then the second half will be recreation time, which is where we play games together. There's a big focus on cooperative games. So it's a way to practice the logo saying of you are a child of God and I'll treat you that way. So learning how to treat each other as a child of God. But yeah, just also having a lot of fun.
So it sounds like then what we do on Tuesday night will also weave in with what we do on Sunday mornings.
Yes, that is the goal.
That's great. That's great. So it is quite an undertaking, and you and Trisha and the rest of the Logos team have are undertaking a lot for us, and you do a wonderful job. I imagine you probably need some volunteers. Are you looking for volunteers?
Yes. Like every program in the church, parent participation in Logos is vital for it to run, and then also just adult volunteers within the church. It goes back to that intergenerational component. The more people we can have participate, the better. So I created a sign up genius for people to sign up to volunteer. So we'll be distributing that probably like within the next week or so. We also have an information night for volunteers, which will be September 14th, 7:30 to 8:30 on Zoom. So the reason we're doing it on Zoom and later at the night is because there is some back to school nights for some of the schools. So we wanted to make it so that parents could still attend.
It means you can even call in from your car if you're driving from one place to another.
Yeah, but if you can't attend that, just either way, check in with me. We'll give you the Zoom link, or I can talk over what are some of the roles that we need. But yeah, definitely people to teach the different sections. So either the game or Bible time or worship arts. For worship arts, we might have like activity stations. So helping out with that. We're also similar to Vacation Bible School this year. We're going to have age group leaders. So there'll be an adult that stays with each age group, helps distribute the snack, kind of acts as that like second adult in the room to help out. We need someone to help plan the snacks, someone to pick up the snacks and distribute them. Yeah, someone wants to help with writing curriculum. There's a lot of different stuff we need help with.
And like you said, this is intergenerational, and absolutely, even if you don't have a child in that age group, certainly being a part of that is being a part of the Ark and Dove community. So encourage everybody to sign up and help.
We did try to make it a little later this year so that parents who get off work late can participate. But if for some reason they can't participate on the night, there are other ways that you can help out with Logos too.
Oh, right. So like, even if you can't come on a Tuesday night, there's stuff preparing packages, snack, I can already see several ways you can help out, even if you're not sure, how to deal with little kids. There are other ways that you can help.
Yes, definitely.
Wonderful. So you talked about the informational session later in September. When does Logos start officially?
Logos, the first night will be September 28th.
Okay.
So it's a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jen, thank you so much for coming on and talking about Logos. I hope to see on Tuesday nights a large group of kids running around the church grounds. So thank you again for coming on and sharing with us.
Yeah, it was good talking to you. Thanks for having me.
And to you out there, thank you for joining me this week. If you have an interesting hobby or a backstory, we'd love to hear about it in our regular session, Meet Ark and Dove. Now you can reach out to worship@arkandove.org to let us know. More details about everything we talked about today are found in the archive and on the webpage. So stay safe, have a great week, and join us in the Zoom fellowship after the live stream service. Now the live stream service will begin in a moment.